The ancient oak tree outside Elara's cottage window sighed with the weight of centuries, its branches tracing intricate patterns against the twilight sky inside. The fire crackled, casting long, dancing shadows on the worn stone walls. Elara sat by the hearth, her hands resting lightly on an open, unread book. These quiet evenings felt vast and empty since Arthur had gone. The silence, a physical presence in the small room. She missed the familiar rustle of his newspaper, the soft hum of his voice reading aloud, the comfortable weight of his hand resting on hers now. Only the clock's persistent ticking marked the slow passage of time, each chime echoing the loneliness that had settled deep within her bones like winter frost. Suddenly, a movement at the window caught her eye. Not a bird, nor a leaf stirred by the wind. It was a single, impossibly white feather, drifting downwards as if suspended by invisible threads. It moved with an ethereal grace, utterly silent, unaffected by the gentle evening breeze that rustled the oak's leaves. Elara rose slowly, drawn to the windowpane. The feather seemed to glow with its own soft luminescence against the deepening indigo of the sky. It floated past the glass, descending towards the dew-kissed grass of her neglected garden, a beacon of pure, silent lightness in her world of heavy stillness. A forgotten sense of wonder stirred within her, faint but undeniable, compelled by a feeling she couldn't name. Elara wrapped her shawl around her shoulders and stepped out into the cool evening air. The feather continued its serene descent, finally landing soundlessly on a patch of moss beneath the old oak. As she approached, it lifted again, caught by some unseen current, and began to drift slowly, purposefully, away from the cottage, down the path that led towards the whispering woods and the hidden lake beyond. Without conscious thought, Elara followed her feet, usually so weary, felt strangely light upon the familiar, winding path. The feather moved ahead, a silent guide, pausing occasionally as if waiting for her to catch up. Shimmering faintly in the fading light, they journeyed through the hushed woods where ancient trees stood like silent guardians. Moonlight filtered through the canopy, painting silver pathways on the mossy ground. The feather led her deeper than she had ventured in years, past the old stone bridge where she and Arthur used to picnic, past the clearing carpeted with bluebells in spring. The air grew cooler, damper, carrying the distinct scent of water lilies. Finally, the trees parted, revealing the still, obsidian surface of Moon Mirror Lake, perfectly reflecting the star-strewn sky above. The feather floated serenely towards the water's edge, hovering just above the surface. Elara stood breathless, the vast silence of the lake and the heavens pressing gently upon her. Memories washed over her, vivid and poignant. Arthur, his laughter echoing across this very water as he skipped stones. The quiet evenings spent here in companionable silence, watching the stars bloom in the darkening sky. The day he'd shyly presented her with a single, perfect lily plucked from the lake's edge. The sharp ache of his absence was still there, a familiar hollow. But standing by the lake under the watchful stars, bathed in the feather's soft glow, it felt different. It wasn't a wound screaming for attention, but a deep, resonant chord of love and remembrance. Tears welled, not solely of sorrow, but of profound gratitude for the years they shared, for the enduring beauty of this place. He cherished the feather, as if sensing the shift within her began its final, silent ascent. It rose higher and higher, a tiny speck of luminous white against the infinite tapestry of the night sky. Elara watched until it merged completely with the stars, indistinguishable from the distant points of light. A profound peace settled over her, warm and solid, replacing the icy grip of loneliness. The silence of the night was no longer empty. It was filled with the echo of Arthur's laughter, the whisper of shared secrets, the enduring presence of a love that transcended physical absence. She felt him here, not gone, but woven into the fabric of the starlight and the quiet water. Elara turned away from the lake, the path back home seeming less dark, Less daunting, the feather's silent journey hadn't brought Arthur back, but it had brought her back to him, to the essence of their love, to the beauty still present in the world he left behind. As she approached her cottage, the golden light from the windows spilling onto the grass felt welcoming, not isolating. She knew the quiet evenings would still hold moments of sadness, but now they would also hold this newfound peace. This gentle connection carried on the memory of a feather that floated without a sound, reminding her that love, like starlight, travels unseen but is always present, a silent comfort in the vastness of the night. She closed the door softly, the warmth of the fire embracing her, a quiet smile touching her lips as she gazed into the flames, feeling less alone than she had in a very long time.